A super typhoon is a very, very, very strong tropical cyclone. It's the equivalent of a high Category 4, Category 5 hurricane, which is, the term that more people are familiar with. In the case of Mangkhut, it's not only very, very strong, it's huge. The winds of this are winds of more than 90 kilometers an hour, are extending for more than 220 kilometers from the center. So it's absolutely massive.
And how destructive could this be potentially?
Extremely. With Florence, the destruction lies with the water. With Mangkhut, it's both the water, but above all, it's the wind. These are huge winds. It's going to hit fairly rural areas where the structures, the buildings are quite flimsy, and it's also the big fear is it's going to cause a lot of devastation to agricultural land as well. But this is a beast of a storm. It's huge.
We're seeing so much of this in the world right now. Hurricane Florence in the US, the super typhoon in the Philippines. Are weather systems worsening around the world now?
We've always had tropical cyclones and hurricanes, and we always will. What's happening as a result of climate change is that we are indeed living in a different world. So there's a lot of research being carried out as to whether these cyclones are becoming more powerful, and the initial evidence does seem to suggest that we are seeing more of these very strong tropical cyclones and typhoons, not necessarily more, in absolute numbers, but more of the really big ones. And the impacts are higher because sea level is rising. And what we're also seeing is, much heavier rainfall near the center of these very big storms.